Hello, welcome back to the Geek Initiative. We are here for part 2 of episode 18, the Reward for Hard Work. We have just distributed a bunch of magic items to everybody. So, we are going to come back in the practice. The patrician is more than happy that you've all been rewarded. How will you have any questions for the patrician about your items in particular? Or will you be happy to just take them and leave?
I was going to ask.
Happy to take.
I'm going to, Mr. Patricia, if I may. See, I'm rather new to this world, new to this whole situation. You seem like a noble and wise fellow. I just wish to know, what is your opinion on the one they call Sap?
So is this in front of Rengoku?
I'll say in front of everyone. I'm talking to him, like not like in an overly private way, but like I'm just having a conversation.
Kind of nods. Here's my new business partner, if you will.
Business.
Yeah. This was a test of how you, or they, as his operatives, would fare as allies to you.
So you seek, maybe not a formal way, for this group to be under your employ, or
more? We operate in a sort of laissez-faire way. You operate without much interference from my operatives.
Mm.
I operate without much interference from your operatives. And where we can, we help each other.
Yes. Yes.
Mutually beneficial.
Yes.
Sam himself, I trust little. But
well, yes. This is what confused me. Someone so resplendent, someone so clearly powerful as you. It just it strikes me as odd to see that you would have need for us or you and Sam, who I will admit seems to wield much power, but not so much as you.
Well, I'm not really a doer. I'm more of a commander.
Well,
have you finished kissing his ass yet?
I simply don't. I do not know what you mean.
I was going to ask about these boots.
They are, I believe, they were famously used by a warrior of great repute. I never remember his name, but name escaped me. But
Me too.
They were famed to be a leader. They would charge into battle, and anyone who charged with them found themselves charging a little bit faster. It was it is some form of effective bonus.
And they may be for that dancing.
Yes. As I understand it, they give a sort of energy to the wearer.
So how did you come by him? Did you kill him?
No. The warrior in question was in service to one of my ancestors. And
Did you inherit him?
he means his actual ancestors. Not.
Sorry.
And yes, they were, let's put it this way, they left them behind when they left the adventuring life. And if I'm to understand it, was several hundred years ago, long before I was born. He kind of looks at you and dramatically winks. And quite.
At this point, Rengoku's going to walk up to Malkador. Kind of go, right, you.
What?
See that thing attached to your waist that apparently talks to you?
Yes.
Alexander, do you have a training area at all anywhere in the castle?
Yes. Certainly. Yes, the barracks. There's a training ground outside.
Could you potentially lead me there?
By all means.
I want to ask questions.
Before.
Ask your questions, then we will go. And you're going to learn how to actually use it.
I do know how to use it.
It's
Properly.
practice is always what makes perfect.
That's why I'm so bloody good at it.
Alexander says, yes, it's a strong right arm to swing a sword with, always a good thing.
I tend to just let the sword do it.
You see, I find that these clever swords need a clever wielder.
What are you trying to say?
And by clever, I mean fast, quick, you know? And from what I've seen, you're not the fastest fellow.
No.
You're not having me boots.
It is rather quick in the mind.
Oh yes, it's quick in the mind, yes. That is fast, it's good.
Yeah.
But that, accompanied with a quick hand, will get you everywhere.
I've heard this said.
And I believe that Rengoku here is offering to train your hand to be quicker.
Then, fine, I accept. But I would like to ask a few questions about this screwdriver I've got.
Oh, by all means.
Yes.
Again, it is a wand.
Yes. To Malgador's point, it's a big screwdriver. So
Just a wand with a flat end.
yeah.
It is
Wait, actually,
it is
is
a
it a-
flat head screwdriver. That is what it is. But everyone calls it a wand.
So this.
So it's a wanderer's item.
Roll a d4.
Come on, there was a lot of laughs.
I don't know.
No, I laughed because I seen Isaac's face at them. That's damn.
I looked down. I was like, I don't have another pencil.
Well worth it.
How much?
You need to refill the DM's ammunition. Should we pass
Oh yeah,
the pencil
yeah. Would
back?
you like? Would you like your wand?
Thank you. Oh, this is the better pencil. I should have thrown the other one.
So this screwdriver, who, what, where, how, why?
Unknown.
What does it do?
So, as I understand it, I've never.
Screws.
Some time ago, we can't place its origin. I know not who you even wielded it. It was before we ever knew. This is ancient. We are talking before even my lineage. We found it as a curiosity. It was, buried deep. It was in the progenitor of my bloodline, shall we say, was in their lair, and whilst expanding the lair, digging out, they found it buried.
So, in short, no idea.
Quite clearly, no idea. But when it was discovered, it was as if it had fallen and tunneled its way into the earth. It looked as if it had fallen from a great height and then, protected by some form of magic, buried itself. We know not how. It was almost as if it was thrown there by a large concussive blast.
It definitely sounds like something I should be wielding. Absolutely. Concussive blasts.
Well, as for what it actually does, it is a wand of thunderous blasting. It emits enormous waves of concussive force, or smaller, more precise bursts that carry objects, for example.
Smaller, more precise bursts.
So, for those at home, it can cast Thunderwave or Catapult as first level spells without expending a spell slot.
Ooh.
So, boom. Or
Does it have lots of charges?
It has 3 charges, and it costs 1 charge per spell.
The first charge is grand larceny.
default.
The second. Sorry, I don't know.
Treason.
So, theoretically, if I was to point this at something, and is there sort of a word involved? Do I have to summon up some latent use of
Mushroom.
Some latent use of a mushical nature?
He takes a moment, thinks.
You just go.
Yes. So, he said, I believe that, in particular, you are two.
So either boom or pew.
Nothing bosh.
Yes, I believe it requires attunement.
Right.
And once you are attuned to the item in question,
I can just sort of wave it and it'll do what I want.
once you are attuned to it, you will get a sense.
There will be a latent understanding into how it functions.
Yes.
Right.
I believe it presents differently for each wielder, because I've known 3 men to wield it. One spoke aloud when he wished to use it. Another seemed to gesticulate in a certain pattern. And the third had an almost irreverent method. It was I couldn't tell what he was doing. He was doing something. It was almost, he would hold it, nothing would happen, and then very suddenly it would happen. It was almost as if he was doing something with his mind.
I shall have to attune to it and work out which form it takes for me then.
Maybe a swish and flick.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll work it out as I'm waving it around, whatever works. We can try it out later on. You can stand
Anyway,
down range.
Right, anyway. Come.
So
Time to learn to use the sword.
So we'll come to you guys practicing a bit.
The training arc.
Yes, the training arc. Anyone in particular
Gonna need a
have any
montage.
yes, the training montage.
Even Rocky had a montage.
Yes.
I think as I leave, I look at the Patricia and I say, well, jolly good. It's been a pleasure. And should you ever wish for a more direct engagement, just contact us.
Roll.
That's a little worrying as a
Are
statement.
you trying to sleep with?
Roll.
No, I'm not charisma. Very, very, very notably, I'm not charisma. Not yet.
That Riz stat be high.
Who we risen?
Hey,
Can
what bards do?
Can you roll
Epic dragon.
he's going to roll an insight check.
Sure.
He kind of looks at me. If I require your services, I will contact you.
And bring the massage oil.
And the chili peppers.
So, do we have you have questions about boots? No, you do answer
Then you
those.
answer those.
I was going to ask, if I may,
Yeah. Well done.
whether
was it?
you know any more than you
2.
said earlier about the origins of my site.
Sorry, I'm waiting for the children to stop playing catch.
Right, that's it. You can have it back
Put
at the
that
end of the
read
stream.
on Twitch, one above the other.
Yeah. So, yes, the
Side
sorry, yes,
of streams.
yes. The so he if I may, he holds it and kind of almost runs his hand along the haft and then along the blade and kind of yes, I don't I've never known anyone but the original wielder, who was a
Very thin man.
who was a. I don't know their race, I'll be honest. I don't know their gender. I know nothing of them because they kept everything. They were in a cloak, and I never knew, and they never spoke. They were intensely mysterious, beyond practicality, in fact. But they were very good at killing people. They were an assassin, as I understood it. But the Scythe of Strings is designed, as I understand, to encourage the wielder to manipulate the strings and threads of fate, allowing one to cut them or to extend them. I believe said original wielder worshipped a god of fate of some kind, and they.
Or goddess.
Or goddess. I mean, I know not. I've never paid much heed to gods, and I find them sycophantic. They are altogether too grandiose, my liking. But I'm a man of simple pleasures. And yes, I believe kind of holds it, places it vertically with the blade above pointing outward. I believe its intended purpose, beyond the manipulating of the strings, is to extend the reach of the wielder. It is long-hafted, as you can see, but it, I believe, allows the wielder to cast spells that normally would require touch through the weapon at a 10-foot range, long-hafted, and you can reach quite far. Very useful, as I understand. But again, I know nothing of the original wielder beyond their effectiveness. Stories told. But it's impressive as a piece of equipment, but I'm afraid I can't tell you much more.
Thank you anyway. That confirms my belief that it was certainly intended for me.
Hands it back, and well, if that will be all, I have affairs of state to attend to. If you would like to return to your employer and inform him of your success, and a deal well struck, I believe he awaits you in the Thieves' Guild, as I understand it.
Marvellous. Thank you very much, Patricia.
Cheers for these, Colin.
Who knows? Who knows?
He kind of, my name is Cyrus.
Cyrus. I'm not sure if you actually know this, but thanks to Isaac's twisted mind, Magnus
It's very funny.
cannot remember a real name.
Nice.
We're kind of ignoring it from within the party,
However,
but everybody else just has a random name.
Well, people that you spend any amount of time with eventually will stick, but everyone else.
Otherwise,
But
you
Patrician's
completely
name is
face
Colin.
blind.
I think it's very funny.
I'm enjoying it.
I'm
It is
As you can see
funny.
from my face.
It's funny.
a stoic man, a stoic man.
I'm assuming on to training
Indeed.
the inept.
How dare
He's
you?
not in there.
I am apt, just
Right.
not in
he
fighting.
has
So-
such good potential.
Do we need to
I'm
continue
assuming
now?
Yeah, let's get the training montage music in.
I'm assuming there's like some training dummies and stuff set out as well.
So, basically the this area
I'm assuming
appears,
like arena training.
it's a circular space that appears to have training dummies set out with shields attached to an arm that is ahead of them, and then a sword arm that has a wooden stick.
Is this one of those scenes where there's the tragic death in training?
Yeah, it won't be mine.
Da-da-da.
So, come into the arena. So, Malkador,
Yes.
when you fight me,
Yes.
you will keep the sword sheathed. This is so we do not hurt each other. Or sorry, let me rephrase that. This is so I do not hurt you.
Keep the sword sheathed.
However, I want to see what you can do with it now. So you see that training dummy over there?
Yes.
Swing zone.
Right. Draw the sword and swing at the dummy.
Okay, I draw it and I hold it out in front of me and I say to Zira, Zira, go!
No. You swing it.
Zira, go! This is how the sword works.
No. You're going to learn to use it yourself, and she will thank you for it.
I've
if
just
she
got
is
in my
a real
mind a
thing.
picture of you going.
Do as I do. So he'll draw his long sword. We're going to do a couple of slices. 1,
What?
2,
Why
3.
do I have to wave it round
4.
like this? I just hold
Because
it out in
that's
front
how
of
you
me.
use a
Yes,
fucking
but the sword does it for me. That's not what you're understanding.
Zero says, if you could put in some effort, it would really help.
Oof.
Can, for
Your
the
sword thinks you're
for
in it.
Comedy Gold, I want him to legit roll hit dice to see if he even manages to hit a fucking training dummy.
So roll basically
So I'm
add
going
your
to-
dexterity.
Add my dexterity to that. I thought I added my intelligence modifier.
Normally you do.
Normally, right, fine.
So I'm going to do like 2 here. So
That's
adding
a
my
21.
That's a hit.
Ooh.
So
Anyone?
So as you're kind of going through it, it's right. You're doing it rather woodenly. But
Yes.
as you're,
Yeah, Malkador's face at this point is like, why am I being taught to suck
Oh.
eggs? I know how a sword works.
May I engage in a bit of tomfoolery?
if you will.
You know, observing the training.
You
I like the idea that you're sat in like the little bleachers.
Just watch
there.
the dummy move.
With
I-
your dressing gown on.
With my dressing gown on, I'd like to attempt to cast suggestion on Malkador to try and suggest that perhaps should he move more fluidly and with the grace of someone like Tavrion, who may be more effective in wielding his weapon, and that he should attempt to mimic my style in order to
Languid.
have a go.
So he's going to find a spear, stab it in the ground, and start dancing.
I just think he's going to have the grace of a gift.
If I may attempt a cheeky suggestion.
I will allow it.
Fantastic. Would you like to make a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom. Malkador's good at these.
I love that Malkador's wisdom stat is so low.
It's shit. It's awful.
It's my favourite. I love
Wisdom
an artificer
save.
with
That's
wisdom.
12.
12. That is a failure.
Fuck.
Spell saving DC.
So as you're swinging it, you think, oh, well, I've seen other people do this. Other people have done it with kind of like this.
It becomes the most elaborate sword play you've ever fucking seen. Like he's spinning in a circle and
As he
doing
begins
like really
to attempt
big.
it, I'd like to grant him a bardic inspiration dice.
Okay.
I'm going to roll an insight to see if I like.
Sure.
So, crouching Malkador.
I like-
Zero.
Dirty 20 on an insight? Like, okay, clearly
I'm
someone
not
is.
attempting to be stealthy, right?
No, I like the idea
No,
that you
it's
have
inside-
said this, like the way you have suggested this to him is that you have said aloud from the bleachers, it's like, try spinning, that's a good trick.
That's a good trick. Try spinning.
Try being.
So yeah, you are quite
flounced.
aware what's happened.
Flounced.
Is this good enough, Zero? Is this what you want? Prancing around like a ballet dancer?
Zero just says, this is brilliant, this is great, you're doing really well.
Right, enough for
Use the
now.
music.
Yes.
Use the sword, unattach it from your belt,
Yeah, hold on.
and step in the arena.
Take my take
Take all the explosives
my
off.
bandolier off,
Yeah, that
take my
would-
bag off, take my coat off, fiddle with the belt, realise it won't come undone, continue to fiddle with the belt, eventually get tired of it and just rip the fucking thing off my belt. Like, fuck it, I'll fix that later. Right.
Pull my swords out in their
Zira,
sheaths.
can you still hear me while you're in this thing?
No.
Yes.
Can you still see and do the thing you do?
I love it when you do the thing you do.
Yes.
Good, right, let's do it.
Into the arena we go. Right.
Still grumbling about
Cool.
the inspiration.
Last one standing.
This will not be a proper fight.
No, non-lethal damage, but until.
But no, but we're not going to have a proper fight either because it'll take ages to play out.
But basically, I want you to swing at me and see if you can. I'm not going to go easy on you. Are you ready?
Zero, this man wants me to
And
hit
swing.
him.
Just come straight forward.
This man wants me to hit him.
And
For the purposes of training, I will blunt my edge.
Right, excellent.
Okay, blunt it.
I
Right,
take the thing off and I'm like, right, let's
Okay, I
do
see
it.
him do that. In that case, swords drawn, turn around back of the blades, and there's a blade coming out here.
So, we will simplify this very quickly.
Cool.
So for this one, am I adding my intelligence modifier?
21.
So he's hitting. This is for your armor class. So he beats your armor class.
Yes.
Smack.
Yep. So, in return, swing.
I'm adding my intelligence
Yeah,
modifier to
this
this.
one, yeah.
23.
You can also add bardic inspiration to this. You can add.
You do not
1d8.
need to. That's a 23. That definitely hits it.
Cool.
So
for this time.
you swing back and 23.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Again.
Fuck you. That's not going to hit.
Hey, you got.
That's
bardic
not going to
ins.
hit even with bardic inspiration. That's not
It's
going
a
to
whole
hit.
D8.
It's still not going to matter.
Was
I've
it
rolled
lower than a
another
1?
22, but when you do it on this time, and I see the strike coming in as a reaction, deflect it, and basically deflect it to the point where you basically embed the sword into the ground as a deflect.
Zero, you're supposed to know about these.
No, so when you deflect it, Zero kind of steers his hand back up out of the ground.
Yeah.
So instead of it embedding, it's kind of like a any normal sword that would have done that. But Zero kind of steers away from it. How did we get dirty?
Let it away now.
But I want to try again.
Um,
Best of 3.
This time with style.
Best of 3 then.
One more.
Feel a Captain Jack coming on.
Have the D8. Use the
Yeah,
Yeah,
D8.
I'm going to use the D8.
I feel a certain amount of wanting to go up and sneak up
baby!
What do you get?
and just kneel down ready for him to be pushed backwards.
18 plus 4. That's 22.
So, looking at the thing.
I got an 8 on your bardic inspiration.
What I say? What
Come
I
on
say?
now, Key!
He would hit me again even if I rolled the thing, but
So,
cut his cheek.
push
Cut his
it forward.
cheek.
Yeah.
So you try and deflect it, but it kind of slips out of the and catches anyway. So I would say that Malkador is now officially properly proficient, which is
Go, Malky.
means I will sort out your cheat later. But right now it doesn't matter.
Not bad.
And I have my sword to thank you, Zero.
Try not just rely on your sword from now on, and remember some of the things you learned. We'll continue teaching you, and eventually you'll get to the point where you won't have to rely on her as much.
Malky, just remember, flounce.
Grace and style.
Those are 2 words I don't understand the meaning of.
Spinning.
You have such
That's a
good
good trick.
potential.
Think ballet.
You do realise the entire time you were doing
Just
this
don't
thing,
plié.
that wasn't by your own choice.
Don't
I
take
thought
away
it was a
from him.
wonderful decision, Malkador. Only the greatest minds could come up with such great decisions.
Well, it was you then.
You bastard!
Look, it was effective. So
I mean, granted, you would actually hitting it more skillfully.
Grace
Sword
and
back in
style.
sheath.
So anyway,
Sword back on belt.
Anyway,
only 2 gold.
Cobra back on.
Anyway,
Explosives
it's
back
2 gold.
on. Bag back on.
Are we ready to go back to the Thieves Guild yet?
So it's Alexander. Is obviously you guys presumably everybody is going to go to where you guys are and then leave from here.
Mhm.
As you're approaching, he looks at the site and goes, Never fought with one of those. Fancy a quick browse?
Absolutely.
Because he wields a glaive, which is similar in
Similar.
style. So he kind of, like...
I'm not attuned to this weapon yet.
This will expedite the process.
At this point, walking over to the others, I'm just going to casually go, place bets? My money's on Dusk.
I would have said the same.
You know what? Just for the chaos of it, I'll put
Say a gold each.
a gold on Alex.
Anyone
I
taking
don't
out?
have any gold.
I know, because I just won it off you.
I'm just going to watch for the sport.
You going to watch the spot?
I didn't have
I'll put a
enough
gold
money
on
to
Dusk.
gamble.
You've got gold on that?
Yeah.
So,
Sorry, Dusk.
he
He's bloody good.
so he kind
After watch and learn, you might pick up something.
whenever you're ready, by all means take the first swing. He stands ready, and kind of seems like he's just. It seems like this man has trained a lot of people to use long hafted weapons, so he is almost relaxed.
Okay. So, from a reverential stance, with the, I keep wanting to say glaive, sorry, it's because I've used a glaive before. The scythe in my hand in a forward stance. I'm actually going to reverse rock back and turn backwards so that I will literally do a reverse spin and knock him on the back of the helmet with the half end of the stick.
Okay. So
And
as
then return to a defensive stance.
so roll d20.
May I grant bardic inspiration?
You may.
With a tuneful song?
You did.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll probably need. Hang on. What am I adding?
So you will add your dexterity and your proficiency bonus.
So that's 2 and 3 is 5. So that would be 18
Yep. So
without any inspiration.
yeah. So are you going to use inspiration?
I probably should, given it's Alexander.
It's up to you.
D8.
Yep, 1d8. Big old d8.
That's another 4, which makes it 22.
So as you're swinging at
Thank
him,
you.
he kind of he sees what you're doing and kind of steps aside, kicks the bottom, the haft of his weapon up,
Yeah,
comes up and has it blocked
parried.
perfectly to block. But a good attempt.
Thank
And-
you,
and-
sir.
That's not good.
Then kind of from there lets that flow into a
Yeah.
into a swing with his half. Which will hit. It's inconsequential, it's not lethal, it's like a d4. Yeah, so 6 points of damage, but
Where?
so as he's swinging, it comes within the haft of your weapon because he has kept you on the
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
He's come in on the inside of it, and then come across
Okay.
on the chin. He then kind of returns to a standing stance with it vertically in front of him and says, "Control the space. You've got a longer reach than your opponent most of the time. So you want to be at your range. You want to be further away than they are. Because if they've got a sword, they can't hit you. You've got a big long stick. So, what you do, you keep back, keep your movements fluid, and you flow around them. You let them hit you. You've got a lot more range of movement. Because you can quite quickly change where the end of it is by closing your hand distance and rotating.
Yeah.
So you can keep the blade where you need it at all times. You can keep it mobile. They've only got a little bit of handle. They can't do that. They've got their wrist flexure. That's it. Utilize your long haft to keep it mobile and keep them on the back foot. For example,
At this point, while this is going on, just casually. There you go. You're just going to pass the gold coin to Magnus.
Cheers.
He goes, so there's a couple of guards just milling around.
Mm-hmm.
You there, Jeffries? Yes, you. Come here. Hand me your training weapon. Yep. Takes it.
Mm-hmm.
Hands Jeffries his glaive.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to try and block my advance.
Mm-hmm.
And he proceeds to kind of basically continually press his advantage against him. He's moving it in circular motions around himself, spinning the haft around his body kind of thing, keeping it moving in such a way.
Go for the neck.
In such a way that it's kind of basically preventing the defense from doing anything. It stops he's not hitting him, but what he's doing is controlling the space.
Okay.
And whilst he's doing this, he's not breathless at all.
Like you row a boat.
He's kind of just going, you see, what you want to do is control the space around you. Because if you're controlling the space, no one can freely enter it. And if no one can freely enter it, no one can hit you.
Malkador is in the stands at this point with a little notebook writing, control the space.
That looked like a question was coming.
Yeah, I really want to have Magnus pull out his bow. I think always beats the reach.
Go for it. If you want to. So whilst he's
I will pull
sparring
out-
with this guy.
I'll pull one out and I will kind of blunt the end of my arrow.
Okay.
I don't know which one to shoot. Let's shoot the guard.
The guard
The
not.
guard who's got the glaive.
Okay. Roll to attack.
Natural 20 plus 6.
So
Straight in his chest.
Get him in the back of the head, knock clean out.
flies past Alexander. Alexander sees it coming past him, brings up the glaive to try and knock it out of the air, misses, hits the guard in the chin, knocking him aside so the arrow flies past him.
But knocking the guard out.
The guard is, however, unconscious. And he goes, ah, damn.
Oops! Sorry about that. I was just making a point that, not everything can control the space. There's ways around it.
Not everything can control the space.
At which point I'm going to tuttle along and... Wake up! Sorry about that.
Right. Anyway, that's your lesson.
Thank you.
Control your space, make sure that no one sneaks up behind you, and if there's anyone with a longbow, you want to get within melee range of that bastard as soon as possible and disembowel them.
I can't believe I rolled a 20.
For a pointless flavour thing.
But it
Alternately,
worked.
I could perhaps sneak up behind them and kneecap them without them even seeing me.
It's an option, but once you're already in the fray, I mean...
Ooh, Mr. Alexander,
Aye.
explosives also work. I can demonstrate if you like.
No!
Do it now.
He looks...
Actually,
I've
can we,
not...
can we borrow a dummy moment, Alexander? You
By all
need
means.
right. Take one of them and practice actually hitting something with it. There's a dummy there, safe space. Throw
We
one
can't
and
call
try and
him
hit
that.
it.
You're allowing me to use my toys.
One.
You've said there's a dummy over there, but you've also told him to throw it at something. You
So-
didn't
I told him to throw it
at
at the dummy in particular that's in there's
So-
a safe space.
At this time, you can feel that the wand wants to try. You can feel it calling.
Stand back, everybody!
The flask of black powder in one hand, and I'm literally just going to chuck it up in the air and point the wand at it.
Okay, so as you point the wand, it stops falling.
Ooh, very nice. I quite like this.
Now try and hit the thing with it.
It's very disconcerting.
Yeah.
Very disconcerting.
So
Attack roll.
it doesn't move, but what it does is that when you pull the wand back, it stays in position, and then when you bring it forwards, it's almost like it's been catapulted.
Does it?
Snooker cued through the air.
Yeah, so There is no attack roll. Yes,
How
the,
big is the
the
crate?
dummy's minus 10 for dexterity saving throws means that it's hit. And so this vial impacts the dummy and basically on the chest, and where the impact happens, it seems like the bottle shatters and then the explosion rips the chest apart. The rest of it seems fine, like the lower half, but there is a massive gaping hole.
I've got an idea. Hold on 2 seconds. And
No, no.
from Malkador's bag, he pulls the length of lead pipe he was experimenting with in the hotel, in the Thieves Guild room, and he's like, right, okay, so if I put one of these down there, and then stick this in the end, and right, and it looks like that's like that.
That's
So
name at the patrician's room.
So
you are welcome to try
pipe
this.
bomb.
This will be a d20 roll for you.
That's fine.
It will be at disadvantage because this is very experimental.
Yep. Well, there's a nat 20.
But what was the other one?
It was an 8.
This is a disadvantage. So you
Fuck.
take the 8.
Oh,
shame.
Don't. Right, chat is like, come on.
No.
Come on.
Nope. So
He ain't
Don't-
budging.
the idea will work. You know that for sure. But you need to refine it. What you're doing is functionally you've got a pipe and you have placed the wand at the end of it and you're basically using it like a snooker cue.
Yes, that's precisely in my mind now. I saw it going.
This is decidedly not efficient. And when you do this, it's imprecise. The flask, from the force, there was too much resistance on the inside of the pipe. Basically, it shatters within the pipe. It doesn't explode. There's no explosion. But within the pipe, there is now scattered powder.
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to clean that. Bugger.
I've
Or
just got images of
you,
now. playing tennis.
your pipe does caustic shit, right? Come and blow it into this.
Oh my.
But you do realise how wrong it sounds. You there. Use your caustic stuff from your pipe to clean up
Surely
my
just a
pipe.
press
Yes.
That sounds really wrong.
I don't see what's wrong with it. Use your caustic bubbles to blow my pipe, please.
And I just like pretend to play it and just cast prestidigitation.
Yeah, that'll do. It's clean.
It's clear. Excellent. Good, thank you.
Right, before we go
So you
anywhere,
gave
chat,
us
if you would
pipe
like a
insight.
blow your caustic bubbles into my pipe t-shirt, please let us know.
I kind of do.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Because I honestly feel like the looking for milk and cookies in dead milk. I think we need to, like, if
Just
you
random
honestly,
quotes.
chat, would like us at some point to try and get merch like this made, let us know.
Yeah.
And we would be more than happy to try and sort it out for you.
Yeah.
So what
So-
is it? What was the quote again? Can we hear it one more time?
blow your caustic bubbles into my pipe.
Yeah, I did this one.
Adrian is writing it.
Ah, yes.
Quote of the day.
Yes, you are correct. Malkador is asking for Tavrion to blow into
The
his
man
pipe.
has no social skills. How many times have I got to demonstrate this?
I'm
Right,
very-
no. Word it correctly.
No,
We
no,
don't
no.
need you to demonstrate his lack of social skills.
So,
Because we are not
So-
suitable for that on stream.
So, at this, Alexander says, well, if ever any of you want to spar, I'm more than happy to help. But
I may come
My
back.
chin.
Just about. I need.
it'll be fine.
It's right, I'll heal
I
myself.
didn't know they had a
later.
spa.
Right.
Shame.
Shall we head to the Thieves Guild? Yes.
Indeed, I shall walk you through the gate
Thank
to
you.
ensure no one tries to climb anything.
To be fair, he probably didn't know that we were welcome guests.
Well, I did, because I'd already walked off. Remember, I crawled through the tunnel
Yes.
and chased a rat in a hat.
I am right.
And then got caught.
As opposed to the cat. Don't
There's
come,
no doubt about
What
that.
cat?
don't come from
Was
the
there a
windows.
cat as well?
No,
Sneaky bugger.
let's just
Moving on.
abandon.
So, he guides you through the palace grounds. As you're walking past the stables, one of the Still Hands, the one who was sewing in his spare time,
Mm-hmm.
he kind of nods to you on the way past.
I will walk over and be like, one moment.
Is that Slim Tim? Or was it
Do you have any
Dave the Gardener?
information yet for me?
Just shakes his head. He opens his mouth and his tongue has been cut out.
Oh, that's not good.
He looks at you and there's like a tear in the corner of his eye, and then just he carries on with what he was doing.
Do we see?
I'm just going to casually turn.
Roll a perception check, everybody who's not Ringo.
I'll just turn around and.
I'm going to load this shit. As per usual.
Nat 1.
Nice. Yeah.
24?
I perceive nothing.
I got a fat, juicy 17.
I'm just going to casually turn around and say, as I turn around and go, I never said it'd be safe work. And go back to the group.
I'm going to go up to Rengoku as he's walking away and kind of grab him by the arm
What,
and
Magnus?
just lean in and at least give him some compensation. Come on. He was doing stuff for you.
Well, he obviously wasn't good at it if he's lost his tongue, was he?
Doesn't matter. He lost his tongue in service to you.
He didn't give me any information, therefore why should he be paid?
I approach
He took the risk for you.
The guy or
Yeah,
I don't
the
care, Magnus.
Slim Tim.
yeah, that's not his name, but sure.
That's not his name.
I'm just going to brush you off and walk off like, sorry, he was hired to get information. He got no information, got his tongue cut out. He's obviously useless.
I don't know how much use it would be. May I healing word him?
You can. He doesn't appear to be in any way better.
As we're following you, I'm going to be like, when did you become heartless?
In my head, just messaging Sam. The eyes and ears have proven to be useless and have been caught. My apologies. I'll try and find better ones next time.
You kind of hear the voice. Did you at least give him fair recompense?
Oh, sorry, did you want me to pay him for getting no information?
The risk he took, accompanied by the fact that he might well have information and simply not be able to communicate it to you.
One moment. I'll go back and
If you pay him, he might write it.
I will go into the room and go, dear fellow, and I'll chuck him 5 gold and offer him a job of which I will pay him 100 gold to make a new outfit for me.
Okay.
And ask if you have any information, and I'll pass the parchment and
Embroider it into the collar.
feel free to oblige. And
So-
I'm sorry, still getting used to this softer patron.
He nods and starts to write something down.
And I'll pay him the 100 gold now.
The next
for
time we
outfit.
see him, he's going to have his fingers cut off, isn't he?
He hands you the piece of paper the piece of parchment, and on it says that
Give it to him.
wasn't the patrician, wasn't his men, something beneath.
As I said, I'll pay him the 100 gold. I'll pay him the 100 gold, and I will give him a description for a slightly darker version, so more black with
Ribbons and lace.
Puppies.
the purple flower, so like a darker version of the one I've got. So it's all black, the flowers and like fawns and stuff. So it's
After we made
making another one. Especially if you're a bastard.
So he makes a note of it and tears that part of the paper and puts it in his pocket. And he kind of looks at you and goes, and nods. And
If it's a good job, I'll pay you an extra bonus on top.
Oh, are you doing sneaky shit again?
Shut up, Malvador.
What?
See, didn't that feel better?
So,
Okay,
I don't
I'm
know,
sorry.
It seemed to rather sting.
Do you know how honestly fucked up it is to know a heartless bastard in one lifetime and then meet a softer version of that? It really messes with your head. I don't really know what's going on.
Rhi-koo, before I started hanging out with you lot, who, to be honest, compared to the people I used to hang around with, you're all soft as horse poop. Really, you know, thieves, murderers, that's the kind of more my people. You know, the fact that we haven't killed at least a dozen people between us each day is a flipping miracle.
So at this time, you guys are heading to the Thieves Guild. Okay.
So how much of all this conversation did Alexander hear?
None of it.
No, I would save to do.
He basically, whilst you guys walked over to the stables, he said, by all means, see them off. I'll
Just
wait
wanted
here.
to make sure that he wasn't going to go, oh crap, and chop the stable boy's head off.
Filleted.
Problem solved.
I am decidedly not speaking to Rengoku.
Okay. Can I have you guys to... no, actually, we'll do that when we come back, because we're about to go for our second break.
Break 2.
Already?
Woo! Thank you very much for joining us.
Time flies.
We will be back.
Subscribe.
Part 3.
Subscribe.
Yes, do all the things.
Oh, we'll send Goku round to cut out your tongue.
Yeah,
The more
he won't
subscri-
pay you.
The more subscriptions we get, the more likely we are to make merch.
Unless
is true.
merch is not the carrot. The carrot is more D&D.
Yeah.
Yes.
More D&D, more one-shots.
More content.
Maybe even something new.
Potentially, maybe some different things.
Some gate.
Some Baldur's Gate.
Some
Hey,
gate
something
to
on
go
Gate
and buy
of
a
the
baldy.
Ball.
Hey,
You're going to play the trailer?
maybe if you subscribe, you might get to see Isaac as a player.
Horrific. Terrifying. No one wants it.
Never going to happen.
I've just got images of him now going, player.
I am never going to do that because I am decidedly not the person to do it.
In it, bruv, player.
Gangster.
All right,
I promise
guys.
never do that ever again. Let's go to break quickly. Erase it.
Go to break.
Collective memories.
All right there, Gareth of the Gates.
Malvador gangster.
Bye bye. We will be back shortly.
Oi, oi.